In the Uchiha clan, which was created by Rikudo's eldest son Indra Otsutsuki, the harem of the clan, Uchiha Madara, was born, but also an hour later Uchiha Naruto, who was from another family. But his parents died. The child had a strong chakra even for Uzumaki, and its number was large even for Biju. But his mother died, but his father died on a mission. The boy looked like the founder, and it was seen by the elders of the clan and the head of the clan Taijira Uchiha. The head of the clan had another 5-year-old son Izuna, the future head of the clan. Taijira himself decided to take custody of the child, but the elders also contributed to this. They decided to train the child carefully, but also to give love. Everyone saw the future of the clan in the boy. Izuna was delighted when he heard that he was going to have a brother. Madara was crying like all the children, but Naruto lay quietly and looked at Madara. But when he fell asleep, Madara stopped crying and looked at the boy herself. She crawled up to him and hugged him gently and fell asleep. Parents were touched by this. Time skip 4 years. A lot has happened during this time. The children were geniuses, but Naruto is several times stronger than Madara. He was able to speak and crawl clearly at 5 months, walk at 9 months, read at 1.5 years, write at 2 years. Until the age of 4, he behaved calmly and sat in the library all the time while Madara and Izuna were walking. Madara had friends, like Naruto didn't have them. He didn't see the point in getting attached. After all, it is difficult to lose someone dear to you. Naruto also managed to awaken Sharingan with 2 Tomo after seeing his dead rat. Then we decided to start serious training, but in a week. The elders were pleased with the result, but now all 5 of them were sitting at the table and eating. Taijira decided to test the thinking and wisdom of children. Children, I would like to ask you how you need to achieve world peace. Taijira asked him. I think it should be done so that one side is defeated and the other is the winner, Izuna said, looking at the younger Anisi. Think it is necessary for the 2 sides to conclude a truce, Madara said. Naruto snorted arrogantly at 2 statements. And I thought, Enai-san, that you would tell me more real, said Naruto eating something. What about you, Naruto? Taijira asked. War, an inseparable part of life. If there is no war, then people will weaken. It will also worsen the economy. It's like light cannot be without darkness, so there will always be war, but every shinobi in my opinion should have the honor not to kill old people, children and women just like that. But I think that Rikudo in vain I distributed the chakra. People like everyone think that the most intelligent being, but this is not the case. A person got more strength and became angrier. Without greed and envy, a person is already a pathetic likeness. There will always be greedy people in the world, although such people can no longer be called people. In order to survive, you don't have to walk and make friends, and to train and not to make connections, so that it would not hurt to lose, said Naruto as a philosopher. Everyone was shocked by the answer. Madara herself felt something for the boy. View of Madara. Black hair with a crew cut to the shoulder blades, large and beautiful black eyes, rounded facial features and aristocratic facial features, a black robe and beige pants, as well as shinobi sandals on his feet. Naruto view. Brown hair spiky to the shoulder blades. The hair was tied in a ponytail and there were strands tied with elastic bands on the sides of the ears. The eyes are black. The eyes had purple pigmentation. Black kimono, all black, and shinobi sandals. Well, brother, you are too real, Madara said boringly, but in her heart she admired him. She loved him very much as a boy. Yuri just wearing rose-colored glasses, like you're older and you're acting like a little one, Naruto said, starting to rub the bridge of his nose. Naruto is right about everything. I'm surprised that he thinks that way, said Taijira. They talked further. Naruto didn't like to talk much. He was always silent and cold, but just as serious. Later, everyone went to bed. Now the children have come to the landfill. Izuna and Taijira were standing there. And so, your task is to perform a set of exercises, 50 push-ups, 50 abs, 30 pull-ups, and 20 laps around the polygon, said Tajira. But father, is it less for me? Madara asked sister, no one will ask you on the battlefield whether you are a girl or a boy, so do as much as you were told. They will not reduce exercises anyway, but on the contrary they will increase them. Naruto said that's right, we've started. Izuna shouted they started training. Madara couldn't even do half of it and fell down without strength. Naruto only did everything on willpower, but he also had the stamina to compare with Uzumaki. He came to the elders an hour later. He had frantic shortness of breath. Well done, rest for 15 minutes, said Tajira and patted his hair. After 15 minutes, they were sitting in front of Tajira. And so, your task is to sit in the lotus position and imagine a light inside yourself. When you feel it, start to disperse the fire through the channels, said Tajira. The children sat down. Madara could not sit still, but Naruto sat and did not twitch. 4 hours later, a black chakra flew out of Naruto, which turned into a demon with a hellish grin. Everything cracked by 2 meters. Madara flew away from fear, but Izuna caught her. Everyone was looking at Naruto in shock. But his chakra seemed to be flying through the channels. It's like a Biju chakra through the channels of Jinchuriki, thought Tajira. But after 3 hours, the demon disappeared and Naruto himself got up. And I opened my eyes. Sharingan was looking at everyone with 2 tomos, but his tomos spun and 3 tomos appeared. Everyone stood in shock. Maladets, Naruto, Izuna, let's move away, said Tajira. Later they moved away. Izuna, you understand that Naruto is more brilliant than Madara, so you teach Madara. I'm Naruto, but if there are problems, come, said Tajira. Well, father, it will be right, said Izuna. Later they returned. Tajira walked away with Naruto to the trees. And so, your task is to climb a tree, said Tajira and sat down under a tree. Naruto started training. In a day he was able to climb. Well done, now you need to sharpen walking on water, but that's later, said Tajira. Father, why is it taking so long? Naruto asked. You have a lot of chakra and it is very dense, so the control is harder, but we will improve it. Now meditate for 5 hours a day, said Tajira. Good, the guy answered. They went to the house where Madara and Izuna were sitting upset with their mother. Well, how? Tajira asked. It didn't work out. Izuna said it's not surprising, it takes months for people to wake up. Naruto was lucky to wake up in 4 hours. You can also lead and wake up tomorrow, Tajiro said, starting to ruffle Madara's hair. Thank you, Dad, Madara said. They sat down at the table and began to have dinner. Naruto didn't talk as usual. The next day Naruto was already standing at the training ground and Madara is sitting in the lotus position and trying to awaken the chakra hearth. And so, Naruto, since my father has left on important business, I will tell you what to do, and then myself, understand? Izuna asked. Yes, said Naruto. And so, your task is to walk on the water, but for this take off your outer clothes so as not to get wet, Izuna said. Naruto took off his t-shirt and jacket. Also pants. There were shorts. The boy's body was embossed and inflated. Izuna was surprised by this, and Madara started staring at Naruto, but he started training, and she needs to continue to catch up with him. Naruto started studying and after a day and a half he was able to walk and run calmly. Well done, now we'll find out your elements, Izuna said proudly for his brother, even though he knew that he was not native high. Said Naruto. I handed him the leaves and he took them. 1 burned down, 2 crumpled, 3 cut. Well, you have 3 elements, fire, lightning and wind, now meditate. Izuna said. An hour later, Madara got up and started screaming, hooray, I woke up. Madara shouted. Well done, now let's go learn to walk on trees, said Izuna. Timeskip is 12 years old. During this time, Naruto trained and trained. He invented many techniques of wind and lightning, Raikiri, Chidori, Rasengan, Kirin, Rasen-Suriken, Infernal Rasengan, Disappearing Rasengan, Fiery Rasen-Suriken. Naruto had perfect chakra control and was able to fold one-handed seals. His chakras were like cubies. Each skill was at the level of a chapter or lower. He also awakened Manjiko, flashback. Now Tajer's wife was lying on the bed, and the rest of the family members were in front of her. But his wife died of an illness. Izuna and Naruto had blood flowing from their eyes. Madara has a Sharingan with one tomo. Izuna has a drawing according to the canon. Naruto has the form of a spiral. But the moment Naruto disappears into the funnel, it appears in some space where there were cracks. And he passed out that he appeared in a black space. Well, hello, Naruto Uchiha, my ancestor, said the voice. Who are you? Naruto asked. My name is Indra Otsutsuki, I am the founder of your clan, I have come to transfer my power, and not when. Do not trust Kurizetsu, said Indra coming out of the shadows. Good, said Naruto. Indra folded the seals and touched the boy's forehead. He passed information about Manjiko, information about the abilities of Manjiko Naruto, namely Kamui. All techniques of the 5 elements and from the future. Also all styles of taijutsu, kenjutsu even from the future. And Rinnegan, who has the ability of Amida Jikoro, and flashback. Naruto was able to learn everything he was given except Rinnegan. No one knows about the eyes except Tajer. Naruto also found the temple of Rikudo and learned the abilities of Rinnegan and everything that is possible. He was Indra's level or already Rikudo, but now he was wearing the usual Uchiha attire on the battlefield. Black kimono and torso armor. A katana hung on his back. They ran to the lake where Madara and Hashirama Senju, 2 children, met. The moment and the 4 shinobi looked at each other. Naruto looked with his cold and penetrating gaze. Tobirama shivered at that look. So we are not alone, said Taira. Taira Uchiha, growled Butsuma Senju, the head of the clan. Aren't you Naruto Uchiha? Tobirama asked. It's none of your business. A puppy named Tobirama Senju, the youngest son of Butsuma Senju, the head of the clan. Father, should I kill him? Naruto asked, pulling out his katana. Yes, you can play with him, said Taira. The moment Naruto finds himself in front of Tobirama and lazily hits him, he manages to substitute a katana. You're pathetic, Naruto said. He moved the katana to the side and knocked the katana out of his hands. He made a U-turn around himself and kicked Tobirama's torso. He flew to Hashirama. But Naruto was flying kunai from Butsuma. Naruto just dodged. He started to approach Senju. He picked up Tobirama's katana and threw it to them. Get up. Cheer me up. Naruto shouted. The katana was picked up by Harem and hit Naruto. Naruto just went sideways from the blow. Hashirama abruptly makes a U-turn and strikes obliquely. But Naruto just puts the katana under attack and hits the guy's torso with his fist. He flew off a meter but stood on his feet. He flew at Naruto again with a direct blow to the heart, but Naruto just beats the katana aside and kicks it out of his hands. With the same foot he kicks in the stomach. He bends down and Naruto hits him so that he fell on the spot on the water. He took Tobirama's katana and held it to his throat. Is that the only thing Senju are capable of? I'm disappointed, Naruto said, putting his foot on the guy's torso. Naruto, let's go, don't kill, then you will fight on the battlefield, said Taira. Okay, father, said Naruto. He picked up and threw the katana towards Tobirama. She entered the tree up to the hilt. 2 centimeters remained from the boy's neck. The boy swallowed nervously and looked at Naruto with fear. But the moment and the Uchiha disappeared in a black flash. Hiraition, father, why couldn't I finish him off? Naruto asked. I want to see what they will be capable of in the future. Taira sighed. A week later. Now there was a battle for territory between Senju and Uchiha. Adults are fighting, and Haim protects Naruto. But then 2 adults run at them. Naruto beats off one blow with a katana from Haim and he catches the second one. A moment and those 2 had their throats cut. Naruto folded the cross seal with one hand. Shadow cloning technique, said Naruto. 4 clones appeared in the haze around Madara. Both folded the seals and said, Fuinjutsu, barrier 4 purple lights. A purple cube-shaped barrier appeared around Madara. Naruto himself fled to Shinobi Senju. Izuna also fought there. Naruto abruptly folded 5 seals in a second. Kato, the fire dragon, said Naruto. He blew out a fire that took the form of a dragon. Suetun, the water wall, they told Senju after folding the seals. Steam appeared. But then kunai flies into them. They all dodged, but Naruto appeared in a black flash and killed them all. He put away his kunai and ran on. They cut down everyone, but half of the squad retreated. You're doing great, Naruto, Izuna said. Yeah, Naruto said. They went into the camp. Tomorrow will be Madara's birthday. Izuna and Tajira already knew what to give, but Naruto is not a figure. He flew around the village but couldn't find anything. What are you running around for? Izuna asked. Yes, I do not know what to give Madara, said Naruto. And you about it? Well, I know that it is possible, Izuna said. Speak. Naruto shouted. Well, in the valley near our base there is a place where a beautiful and rare flower grows every 4 years. It can heal any wound, even a mortal one, but there are a lot of people there now because dawn will soon be coming, Izuna said, and there was no trace of Naruto. Naruto was flying at the speed of light. When he came running, he saw a mountain of corpses, and in the center sat a man from the Hozuki clan with a sword called Kubikuribocho. This sword is considered one of the legendary swords of Hozuki. Did you come for a flower too, Uchiha? Hozuki asked. That's right, I give you a chance to leave voluntarily before I kill you, Naruto said, and activated the Sharingan. Wow, 12 and already Sharingan with 3 Tomo, interesting, said Hozuki the moment and their blades collided. But Naruto was bored. He impregnated the katana with lightning chakra. And he threw a kunai with a seal in the direction of the enemy. He dodged with a grin. But Naruto disappeared in a black flash. He appeared in a Hozuki and his heart was pierced. You know a lot about my clan and that lightning is harmful to us, said the swordsman. That's right, said Naruto. As a reward, take my sword, Kubikuribochi, said the swordsman, and died. Naruto had already hung his sword on his back and walked up to the open flower. He carefully cut it off so as not to damage the root. Sheathing his katana, he rode into the clan. When he came running, he was met by Izuna and Tajira. They choked when they saw Kubikuribocho. Where did you get it? Izuna asked in Shakis. I had to kill a swordsman to pick up a gift, but I took the sword as a trophy, Naruto said. He went to his room where he made a wine glass and put a flower there. There was water in the glass. He put his 2 swords in the racks, and his armor on the rack. He wore the usual clan kimono. Later, everyone had dinner and went to bed. Birthday. All Madara's friends and respected persons were at the celebration. Naruto was sitting on a chair and reading a book about the fearless shinobi. Everyone was dancing and talking. But then Izuna sat down to him, who, like Naruto, did not like to dance. What kind of book? Izuna asked. A novel about a fearless shinobi, said Naruto. It's clear, gifts will be given soon, so get ready, Izuna said. See, I hope you won't give me gifts, Naruto said. Not well, I made it, although I know that you don't like gifts, Izuna said, smiling stupidly. Yeah, what to do with you, and by the way, I know that I'm adopted, but you're still my family, Naruto said. Izuna stood in shock. But later he left, so to speak, for a gift, but in fact to tell Tajiri about it. He was shocked, and so, it's time to give gifts, said some Uchiha. Everyone gave Madara either money or jewelry, and so, here is my gift, an armor for the future. It will itself increase under your body, Izuna said, holding out the box. Thank you, brother, Madara said, hugging him. I give you a gunbai, said Tajira, holding out a gunbai. Then Naruto comes up and takes out a flower from which everyone was in shock. The flower was in a glass flask that does not let the flower die. This is for you, sister, take care of it, it's rare, and even more so I had to kill the swordsman Hozuki for this flower, Naruto said, holding it out. Thank you, Madara said, and hugged him. By the way, here's a gift for you, Madara said and handed one box to Naruto. What is there? Naruto asked himself and held the chakra. Wow, kunai, strange shape, said Naruto. Yes, they are lighter and better than usual. Madara said thank you, said Naruto. From us, Izuna said with Tajira. Naruto got a box half of Naruto's body. He opened it and saw black samurai armor on the back of the coat of arms of the Uchiha clan. There was also a black katana with white hieroglyphs, demon of the Uchiha clan. The guard was as white as the hilt, but it was rewound with a black cloth. And also a book about samurai. Naruto has not read such a book, because little is known about samurai. Thank you, Naruto said, sealing the boxes. Where did you get Fuin? Izuna asked. Just like that, from the corpse of one. Naruto lied clearly, said Tajira. They continued to celebrate. Everyone knew that Naruto did not particularly like gifts and therefore he was not given anything. Time skips 6 years now. Naruto and Madara are 18. Naruto has become a level of Otsutsuki. He had black armor in his equipment, where there was the coat of arms of the Uchiha clan, but also on his torso there was a drawing with a Hanya mask with a hellish grin, as well as hieroglyphs, demon of the Uchiha clan. There were 2 katanas on the belt, one was black with white hieroglyphs on the armor and white parts. The second katana was completely black. The second katana was his first. A kubikuribocho was hanging on his back. He learned the kenjutsu of this sword. Naruto was also able to summon Geto Maso. He admired the samurai and began to live by their rules, characteristics of the Gaininjutsu, Otsutsuki Taijutsu, Otsutsuki Kenjutsu, the strongest samurai Bukenjutsu, best of all Fuinjutsu, Ashina Uzumaki Areninjutsu, Otsutsuki Shurikenjutsu, best of all. Mind, the head of the Nara clan Dojutsu, perfect chakra control, perfect chakra volume, Kubi density. Biju. Naruto Susanoo was also black in color and his eyes were red. The artifact was a creation sword. He could create any weapon in his hands except artifacts. The demon from the chakra is also black with red eyes. The Hozuki also demanded Naruto to return the sword. Flashback. Now Madara and Naruto were sitting at the training ground. They were 16. Both loved each other, but were afraid to say it. But then 20 Hozuki with ordinary swords appeared at the training ground. What do you need? Naruto asked coldly. Give us the Kubikuribochi sword. Hozuki said this is my trophy, I got it by killing one of your, said Naruto. You can't handle 20 against us, Hozuki said. Are you sure? Naruto asked, activating the Sharingan. A moment later, Naruto took out a black katana without everything and stood in a rack. The Hozuki also took out their swords and stood in a stance. A moment and they rushed at him. Madara, do not interfere, and be careful, said Naruto, going to the opponents the moment and the blades clashed. But the second katana was already intending to cut off the head. How Menjiko appeared in Naruto's eyes and katana passed through him. He put seals on his eyes so that they could not extract, destroy, or tear out. A moment and one Hozuki was cut by a black katana on which lightning was running. You pathetic water, said Naruto, but 5 ran at him. Naruto swung his katana and there were no 5. Naruto's other hand started to sparkle. Raikiri, said Naruto. This lightning turned into a sword and pierced 13 hearts. Naruto abruptly folded the one-handed seals. He was looking at the ladder. Raiden, a chain of lightning, said Naruto. Chains of lightning pierced Hozuki and he fell dead to the ground. End flashback. But now Tajira was dying from a disease. This disease was different from the others, but also deadly. Now they were kneeling in front of him. Madara was crying into Naruto's shoulder. The guy himself was standing and looking at his father. Izuna also looked at his father. He could not cry because of his father's death. He is the future head. My children, do not suffer because of me. I have 2 requests, said Tajira. What is it, father? Izuna asked. Izuna, lead the clan and show the world why we are the strongest. This is the first, The second, Naruto, you know the truth about yourself, but I loved you as a son. Show the world why you are the strongest in the clan, show them the demon of the Uchiha clan. Tajira said with a sad smile and closed his eyes forever. A single tear flowed from Izuna. Naruto was also standing, but there was no emotion in his eyes. Madara was roaring, blood was coming out of her eyes. Friends, fellow clansmen, brothers and sisters, we will fulfill the request of Tajira Uchiha, show them the strength of the clan, roared Izuna. Yes. Shouted Uchiha. Madara had Manjiko burning in her eyes because of the shock, she fell unconscious. Naruto managed to catch her. When is the war? Naruto asked. A week later. Senju took several small clans into the alliance, but not weak ones. We will be without an alliance, Izuna said. And don't, my father asked me to show the demon, I'll show them the true demon of the Uchiha clan in the flesh. Naruto growled with Manjiko. Everyone disperse, Izuna said. They buried Tajir and his children went into the house. Izuna, you need to transplant your eyes, then you won't go blind, said Naruto. Okay, but what about you? Izuna asked. I am not going blind, I found a way, but for this you need to be a Jinchuriki Biju or have a chakra like a Biju, said Naruto. Is it clear how long the operation will last? Izuna asked. Well, taking into account the fact that you are relatives and my chakra will help, well, I think you need to lie down for 3 days without a chakra, said Naruto. They started the operation. It was successful. 3 days later, both woke up and started training Manjiko. Madara had Amaterasu in his control. From Izuna she got Tsukiyomi. It's the same with Izuna. Izuna's Susanoo was yellow and Madara's was blue. Battlefield. Now all the Uchiha stood against Senju. Naruto created a fuin in which if the Uchiha is without chakra and strength, the seal will feel it and send him back, so they reduced the mortality of clan members. Naruto stood and grinned maliciously. Izuna, enough of the war, let's have peace. You can't win us, there are more of us, Hashirama shouted. No, we will fulfill the request of Tajira Uchiha, show the power of the clan and the demon of the clan. Naruto start, Izuna said with great pleasure, and yes Madara and Izuna, be careful, said Naruto pulling out a black katana. He stepped forward. Senju started laughing. But then a black chakra came out of Naruto. The chakra transformed into a demon with a hellish grin. The demon roared and everything cracked 10 meters away from Naruto. Senju was swallowed. Well, girls, shall we dance? Naruto asked. Opponents ran at him. Naruto POV. Finally going to feel the blood, ha ha ha. I ran at them, they're so funny. I turn on the Sharingan and flew into the crowd. I have improved my Kenjutsu and Taijutsu to a high level. I combined all the styles and got my own demon style. I started cutting and chopping everyone. Someone is swinging to cut off my head as I'm squatting. It's not necessary to waste the chakra on trifles. I hit him on the knees, he fell and I cut off his head with a katana. I took out my gift demon katana and started dancing with them like a bundle. A lot of Senju were killed, and other clan ones. I see how other Uchiha also ran. I'm fucked up, there are 10 times more of them than us, but there's nothing, I'll show them strength. I've been fighting with them for a day, almost all the Uchiha in the clan, more than half of the Senju are left. Madara and Izuna are also resting, they have used the chakra a lot. I used mostly Kenjutsu and Taijutsu, but sometimes I had to use ninjutsu and Manjiko. But now there was a Buddha standing against me with a dragon all over his body. I had to activate the Susanoo humanoid. I broke this piece of wood to hell. The battle went on for 6 days, I used almost all the techniques that I know. A lot of Senju is now in the hospital because not everyone died. Madara and Izuna with the Uchiha also helped, but when they got tired they came back. I fought on peaks, there wasn't much chakra, but there was enough for one powerful technique. I put the katanas away, the decapitator too, in print so as not to lose it. I fought purely in taijutsu, there was only blood on my armor. But now I decided to get a chakra. I activated Rinnegan and summoned Geto Maso. It stole the chakra and I more or less recovered, but they are like cockroaches. But on the last day I stood on willpower. Madara and Izuna were also standing nearby. I decided to finish. I folded a couple of seals. And he blew fire into the sky. Clouds gathered above us. I made a pretentious stand and a chidori appeared in my hand. I lifted it up, disappear with lightning, Kirin. I shouted with my last breath. A dragon's head of blue lightning flew out of the clouds. He flew to Tobirama and Hashirama. A moment and there was a very large crater. But inside there was a barrel made of wood, a lot of broken, and also there was a tired Hashirama without chakra and Tobirama who was trembling with fear, but I started to fall. But Izuna picked me up and POV Naruto I fulfilled the request, Naruto said, looking at the floor. Yuri doing great, but I think for the sake of future children we agree to an alliance. Izuna said okay, but then I want Madara and me to be made shinobi gods, me as a maniac and a cruel shinobi, and her strongest kunoichi. Naruto said sternly alright, little brother. Izuna said then we'll meet in a week at the Temple of Fire. Tobirama said and disappeared with Hashirama. Our troika is also missing. They appeared in the infirmary. Doctors are faster, there is a person with chakra exhaustion. Izuna shouted. Then the doctors immediately ran up and took him to the office. Izuna and Madara were with them. The doctors stood in shock but poured in the chakra. It's impossible, said one of the doctors. What are you talking about? Izuna asked. He has a big chakra exhaustion. I don't understand how he fought this day. He fought without a chakra for a day. He has a strong will. He just stood and fought, despite his condition. The doctor said. Everyone stood in shock. Is it possible to return the chakra to him somehow quickly? Madara asked. Yes, but you need about half of the stock of you and Izuna-sama. He has chakras comparable to Biju, or rather with Kubi. The doctor said. Everyone's jaw dropped. Let's take the chakra from us and give it to him. Madara said. They started chakra transfusions. Madara fainted from the loss of such a large amount of chakra. She was put in Naruto's ward. Naruto went there, but Izuna left. He could walk. 3 days later Naruto woke up. He looked to the left and saw Madara smiling. What are you grinning at? Naruto asked, confused. Well, you're alive, and for the first time I see that you're embarrassed, said Madara. Baka, said Naruto. You can't be fixed, you've been given a lot of nicknames in the world and in the clan. Madara said. Yes, and which ones? Naruto asked. Well, the god of shinobi, the demon of the Uchiha clan, the founder of the Uchiha, the executioner, said Madara. Okay, what are yours? Naruto asked. Well, the goddess of shinobi, the Uchiha princess, Madara said smiling. Okay, can we get up? Naruto asked. Yes, Madara said and stood up. Then Naruto got up and they walked to Izuna. He was sitting behind a chair and filling out documents. Hi, Ni-san, both said hello, get in shape and in 4 days we will go to the Temple of Fire, there we have a meeting. Izuna said okay, but then I will have a condition, said Naruto. And what is it? Izuna asked. I will not live in the village, I will go on a trip. Naruto said okay, but you will accompany me to the temple, because you are a legend of the world, a monster who fought with chakra exhaustion for 1 day. Izuna said okay, I'm going to get in shape, Naruto said and left, and Madara flew out after him. He was walking down the street and everyone was smiling and thanking him, because there were more orders because of him, which means the economy has improved. After going to the training ground, he was knocked down. It was Madara. Why did you do that? Naruto asked menacingly, looking into Madara's eyes. Why are you leaving? What is it? She asked. I don't want to sit in the village, I want to travel the world, Naruto said calmly. He had a code of rules and one rule, never yell at the family. I'll go with you then, Madara said. Why do you need it? Naruto asked. Yes, because I love you, my fool. Everyone sees you as a great and strong shinobi, but I see in you an ordinary fool who has taken the path of a samurai, and if I stay, I will have to forcibly marry someone," Madara said the moment, and the guy's lips clung to her lips. She was in shock and didn't answer for a minute. This was enough for Naruto to start studying the girl's mouth. He ran his tongue over even teeth. But after a minute, the girl began to fight back. So the battle of tongues went on for 4 minutes. Later they tore it up. They started looking into each other's eyes. But the guy hugged the girl and hugged her. "I'm glad, I love you too, but as a legendary shinobi of the clan, I had to show a mask of cold and iron. Without this I was considered a fool, and I myself was cold, but when I met my grandfather in the subconscious, he gave me all his memory of life, and then I realized that in the family circle you need to lead. I feel warm," Naruto said, smiling stupidly. "You don't know how to smile, but I'll teach you if you take it with you," Madara said. "Good," said Naruto. They were lying on the grass and looking up at the sky. "And who is your grandfather?" Madara asked. "Indra Otsutsuki, or the creator of the Uchiha clan. He is also the eldest son of Rikudo," said Naruto. "Wow, so you have to be the head of the clan?" Madara asked. "In general, yes, but let Izuna, he's already used to it, don't make him happy a lot," Naruto said with an evil grin. "We need to train," said Naruto, and they started training. All 4 days they trained, and Naruto told Madara about Rinnegan. She was in shock. And she also did not let female individuals within 10 meters. Izuna also found out about them and didn't mind. He trusted Naruto's sister, and it was best that way. Naruto trained everything again and also learned how to combine elements into genomes, and since he was well read, he could create any genome, even Shikatsu Miyaku. But now they went into Izuna's office. Naruto viewed brown-haired with long shoulder-length hair. The hair is sharp-angled like a hedgehog. There is a big tail in front of the ears and strands in elastic bands. Beautiful black eyes, purple markings on the eyes. Aristocratic facial features. Black samurai armor on the back is the coat of arms of the Uchiha clan, and a Hanja mask with a hellish grin is painted on the torso. A Kubikuribocho is hanging on his back, and 2 katanas were hanging on his belt. One black with white hieroglyphs, demon of the Uchiha clan. There are such hieroglyphs on the armor, as well as the guard, and the handle are white, but the handle is rewound with a black cloth. The second katana was completely black. On the belt there are 2 pouches with kunai, shuriken, and shinbones. There was also a Fuin seal on the shoulder where there was a traditional Uchiha clan kimono. After activating the seal, the armor disappears and her kimono is replaced. On the wrists of the seal where all the things of Naruto are located. In general, he was a copy of Indra, only the costume was different. Madara, as in the canon, only the facial features are sharp, and Izuna is a pure canon. Naruto was standing in full gear. Madara was also standing there in armor, and a scythe and a gun hung behind her back. Naruto gave her a scythe when he combined the elements and received the Kuton genome of steel. In general, Naruto has all the genomes, but does not know seriously the techniques. So, are you ready? Izuna asked. Yes, brother. They said they started going to the Temple of Fire, although they just moved to it with the help of Hiraition. They appeared and in front of them stood Hashirama, Tobirama and a certain Sane. He was a strong shinobi of the clan. Seeing Naruto, all 3 began to tremble. This man fought for 7 days and then, after destroying everyone, he fell from chakra exhaustion. But they didn't know that he had been fighting for another day without a chakra. Pf, they stand and tremble. Although on the last day I was without a chakra, I fought only on willpower, but on the last day I accumulated a chakra. Naruto snorted. The Senju were shocked. They stood and looked at Naruto with fear. So will you stand like this, or will we start negotiations? Izuna asked coldly. Okay, let's sit down, Hashirama said, and created a table and 6 chairs. Everyone sat on it. And for 2 hours they discussed everything and looked for a compromise. But then it was over, and so, well, but I propose a blood alliance, Hashirama said. And who is it? Izuna asked seriously. Me and Madara Uchiha, said Hashirama slyly squinting. Fool, people don't do that, you will disgrace the clan. Shinobi with honor don't do that, because it amounts to rape, Tobirama said sternly. But Hashirama didn't care. He longed for Madara to himself, because she was a beauty and her breasts were 4 sizes and a big ass attracted him. You're nothing, but I'm you, Naruto growled. An aura of death began to emanate from him, as if Shinigami himself was sitting in front of them. A black demon with bloody eyes and a hellish grin appeared behind Naruto. The Senju shivered. Tobirama had already buried Hashirama. He understood that Uchiha was right here, because it's not beautiful, and he himself killed for it without trial. I beg his pardon, he's a fool, Tobirama said, bowing low and forcing Hashirama. Sane himself also bowed. He was ashamed of the head. Okay, you're lucky to have a log, otherwise you would have turned it into ashes, Naruto said angrily, looking at Hashirama. Ki disappeared and Senju exhaled and began greedily sucking air into their lungs. Okay, but Naruto Uchiha and Madara Uchiha will not live in the village, they will travel and like spies, Izuna said. We agree, Tobirama said. After they signed a truce and dispersed, Naruto and Madara traveled and trained until they were 20 years old. They told the Hokage that villages appeared in other countries, but the idiot Hashirama distributed biju. Izuna and Tobirama cursed him. Hashirama also got married with Mito. Naruto and Madara also got married. Naruto was a believer in Shinigami and he blessed them. Izuna has not found a life partner. The Uchiha clan also knew that Naruto and Madara were together. Naruto began to be respected for his strength and honor. Even almost all Senju respected Naruto, even Tobirama. He stopped hating the Uchiha and respected the strong and honest. Tobirama-sensei, how do you feel about Uchiha, and who are you afraid of? Asked the boy with 3 stripes under each eye. Well, Hiruzen, UCHIHA is neutral, but I also respect some strong and honorable shinobi, and I'm afraid of only one person, and is he a man? Said Tobirama. And who is he, sensei? Asked a boy with a scar in the form of a cross on his chin. Well, Danzo, I think you know him by several nicknames, such as the God of Shinobi, the Executioner, the founder of the Uchiha and the demon of the Uchiha clan. I personally encountered him as a child. He played me and Hashirama as children with just a katana. Later, when we were 17 to 18 years old at the last battle, he fought for 7 days and 7 nights. It's very hard. He fought without rest, so even as I heard the 7th day he fought without a chakra, only on willpower. Such a shinobi is worthy of respect, Tobirama said. And he can safely destroy 5 countries? Asked the boy with glasses. Yes, Hamura, he can, but in the war he decided to play with us, so to speak. He is the brother of Uchiha Madara and Izuna Uchiha, said Tobirama. What's his name? Asked a girl with a bump of hair on her head named Kaharu. Uchiha Naruto. Never go against the Uchiha clan and in particular against him. He is very dangerous in the list of enemies, but he is also a shinobi of honor and a samurai to boot, said Tobirama. The children began to respect him, but if one of us turns out to be Kage or elders, and the Uchiha will demand more, what should we do? Danzo asked. To find a compromise. The head of the clan is not done simply for strength, he must be smart. It will not be profitable for him to go against the state, just as I heard that Izuna Uchiha, Madara Uchiha and Naruto Uchiha made a law in the clan that a coup is prohibited, and this law is not someone who cannot remove, but also not be arrogant. It is necessary. The will of fire burns in everyone, and in the Uchiha, so respect them as well as other clans, Tobirama said. But now Naruto and Madara were walking through the forest. But we came across a temple. They went inside and it turned out to be this Shinigami temple. They approached the statue and Shinigami appeared in front of them, and they were standing in a black space. Wow, a couple of Uchiha, there is a task for you, said Shinigami. What, and what reward? Naruto asked him, the task is to save the future from destruction. I will send you there at the time when it is necessary. You need to take a closer look at Obito Uchiha, and the reward is different for both of you. Naruto, all genome techniques, Madara, chakras like Gobi, said Shinigami. We need to think it over and talk it over. Naruto said. They moved away. They started looking at each other. What do you think? Naruto asked. Well, it's probably better to agree. We will become stronger and we will move to Konoha. Madara said. Good, said Naruto smiling. We agree, said Naruto. A moment and they lit up. They appeared in the air. They fell to solid ground from a height of 30 meters. Naruto grouped and caught Madara in his arms and landed on his feet. Thank you, Madara said and kissed the guy's cheek. Not what? Naruto said and let her go with his hands. We need to determine what time we are in. Madara said. That's right, we need to find a library. Naruto said. Okay, let's go to the nearest city. There will start my control training. Madara said. They started walking to some city. During the flight, they saw one. Along the way, Madara dispersed the chakra through the channels, improving control. They put on their hats. After passing, they went to the library. Before entering, they took the children's henge and entered it. Grandma was sitting there. Grandma, please tell me where we can get books on the history of the shinobi world? Asked a girl with black hair with a crew cut and black eyes. All right, I'll bring it now, Grandma said. Thank you, the children said. An hour later, the children read the books and learned everything that happened. They were called a couple of Uchi. Izuna had no heirs. Uzumaki were destroyed as well as Senju, and there were 2 World War shinobi. Yeah, where did it all go? Said the boy with brown hair and black eyes. Yeah, well, shall we go to Konoha? The girl asked. Yes, come on, but first we'll stay here for a day. We'll improve your control to the ideal in the barrier, said Naruto. She improved her control during the day, but several weeks passed in the barrier. A couple of days later they arrived in Konoha. They took off the henge after the village. Everyone was running away from them. Naruto was wearing a traditional Uchiha clan kimono like Madara. Only the guy had a pure black katana hanging on his belt. The girl admired nature. Naruto could not become a Sannin because of the chakra. It destroyed the worlds of summoning, and he personally did not want to, but he could summon the statue of Getomaz. When they came, they stopped hiding the chakra. After 30 minutes, 50 Umbu, Konoha elders and 3 Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi came running to them. The elders are Hamura, Danzo, Koharu. Our couple was wearing hats. Who are you? Hiruzen asked him. Is that all? I can kill you all with 1 katana, and there are 2 shinobi on duty. PF, well, okay, I'll introduce myself. My name is Uchiha Naruto, said a guy of 20 years old with a cold but calm voice. And I am Uchiha Madara, said a girl of 20 years calmly. Even so, you must be old or even dead, Danzo said. Point 2 took off their hats and everyone saw the shinobi gods. Don't make me angry, or I'll show you how I fought for 7 days, Naruto said angrily. A chakra had already appeared behind him as Madara embraced him. Hush, Naru, our brother created this village, there is no need to destroy it, Madara said. Okay, Naruto said, and the chakra disappeared. Show your eyes. Izuna-sama showed us his Manjiko, Hiruzen said. Here Madara activated her Manjiko, because no one recognizes Naruto's eyes. Everyone saw the same patterns as Izuna. Okay, where will you live? Koharu asked. In the clan. We also found out that Izuna had no heirs. I will take the post, by right, said Naruto. Okay, but how did you survive and stay young? Danzo asked. When we were 20, we found the Shinigami-sama temple. He gave us a mission that was a secret and moved here to fulfill this mission, Naruto said. Well, our Umbu will guide you, Hiruzen said. All 48 Umbu and Hokage with the elders disappeared. 2 Umbu in ferret and cat masks remained. Let's go, Naruto-sama and Madara-sama. But we would ask you to put on hats. No need to scare the people, Hokage-sama will explain everything to them and then you can, said nervous Umbu. they were given a very serious mission to accompany the two shinobi gods. They walked through the streets and everyone looked at them with interest. They walked into the block. But they were stopped by the guards. Where is the entry permit? The guardian asked. We were asked to escort them to you. They told and disappeared. What do you need in the Uchi quarter? The guardian asked. On your knees, said the authoritative voice of the guy. How dare you? The guards shouted. They had already attacked as both took off their hats and they burned in the fire. Naruto just scattered them and activated Sharingan with 3 Tomo. Don't make me angry until you've killed me, Naruto said coldly and imperiously. The guards began to tremble as well as passers-by. Everyone recognizes the shinobi gods. Please, Naruto-sama, said the guards and bowed low. In the clan they tell us what our name is. It's interesting. Madara went. There's no time to stand, said Naruto. Yes, Naruto, Madara said and stood up at Naruto. They were walking around the block. Naruto didn't deactivate his eyes. Everyone bowed before them. They went into the Hall of Elders. There were 3 old men sitting there. But when they saw the founder of the Uchi and his wife, they stood up and bowed. 2 wooden thrones appeared in front of them. Madara and Naruto sat on them. And so, get up and sit in your seats. The elders sat down. And so, I see you recognized me and my wife. Nods. Well, I know that Izuna had no descendants, so I will take the post of head of the clan, the one who is now the maximum who will be this deputy, said Naruto. Okay, Naruto-sama, should we call the one who held the post of head of the clan? The elders asked. Yes, and what's his name? Naruto asked. Fugaku Uchiha. The strongest was Uchiha at the moment, so he became the head because of this, the elder said. After about 10 minutes, Fugaku came. Why were you called? Asked Fugaku, looking at the thrones. No longer the head of the clan, a man came who will sit on this post, said the elder. And who is he? Did you decide to put someone on the post who is your pawn? Fugaku asked angrily. Shut up before you kill, said the man in the throne. Who are you to shut me up? Fugaku asked. Naruto stood up from the throne and looked at Fugaku with his manjiko. Shut up and don't piss me off, Naruto said softly, which scared everyone. Please, Naruto-sama, don't be angry, the elder said. It's not worth wasting your time, Madara said. She stood up too. Naruto-sama, Madara-sama, how are you alive? Fugaku asked with fear. It's none of your business, keep the house for yourself, you're my deputy, once the strongest in the clan after me and Madara, said Naruto. They later separated. Naruto and Madara built a house for themselves with the help of Makoto. There they settled. Naruto sat with Madara and came up with Madara's fire technique. Both will live for 150 years, because they transplanted Uzumaki cells to themselves. But there was a knock on the door. There are seals on Madara. On the eyes so that they could not extract. The same mark is a signal. In case of danger, you pour in the chakra and the creator will know about it. Dear, you stay at home or at the landfill. There is a barrier that the bijou will only break through on the house, too, and I'll go check it out, Naruto said. Going to the exit, he opened the door and there stood Naruto-sama, since you are the head of the clan, you are called to a meeting of clans, said Okay, you can go, Naruto said. And disappeared. Darling, I'll come in the evening, I'm at a clan meeting, Naruto said, and left. Everyone found out that the shinobi gods were alive and bowed to Naruto for the first time. The next times they did not react. Naruto was glad for this. He went into the hall where he sat down in his seat. Everyone looked at Naruto with respect and fear. And so, we have a situation with a stone, so I propose to hold an event. A reward of 100,000, shinobi of the rank of Jonin and above can take a child from the last year as a student. How do you like the idea? Hiruzen asked. The elders agreed. An interesting idea. Shinobi can get a jackpot shared with a child, and children will receive training. As they say, the sheep are whole and the wolves are full, Naruto said. The council decided unanimously. Everyone started to disperse. But Naruto noticed a yellow-haired top in mask and armor. Naruto returned home where they had dinner and went to bed. They were in the same bed, and they're not virgins. Listen, my love, I'm thinking of going to an event where you need to take kids as students. What do you think? The guy asked. Well, I don't mind, the main thing is that you don't kill a child in training. Madara said thank you, the guy said, and kissed the top of the girl's head so they fell asleep. He woke up at 5 in the morning when Madara was lying on him and sniffing sweetly. Naruto threw out a pillow of his own size and activated Rinnegan, Amida Jikoro. Naruto said softly a moment and a pillow was lying instead of him, and he himself was lying for the place of the pillow. He got up and went to make breakfast. When it was 9, Madara woke up. She went out rubbing her eye into the kitchen where there were 2 scrambled eggs. They ate and Naruto washed the dishes. The girl went to train and the guy went to the academy. Hiruzen and 10 other jonins were standing there. Hello, Naruto-sama, have you decided to train your child yet? Hiruzen asked. Yes, the future generation should be strong, and it doesn't matter from which clan or even without a clan, said Naruto. Thank you for appreciating this, Hiruzen said with a smile. These jonins and Naruto and Hiruzen entered. Naruto was in his kimono and with a black katana. Everyone began to look at him with respect and fear, as not as an executioner or a demon of the Uchiha clan. But one black crown was asleep, and so, we decided to hold an event. You will be taught by the jonins, but also by the god of shinobi himself, Uchiha Naruto, or as the demon of the Uchiha clan is known. Or, Hiruzen did not have time to finish as Naruto interrupted him. Executioner, let's continue, I have a lot of names, Naruto said irritably. Yes, I'm sorry. So which of the children will win will get 100,000 Ri with their sensei, Hiruzen said. Chunin, or rather the teacher, took the student by the hand and led her to Naruto. The girl was ash-haired, and also had a half-mask on her face. Naruto-sama, this is the best student, Kakashi Hatake, she is also the daughter of White Fang Konoha, said the teacher. I don't care who her father is, Naruto said and started looking at the class. Then he sees a black top that is sleeping. Naruto started walking towards him. Everyone except that kid was looking at Naruto. The guy himself approached the child. He saw the coat of arms of the Uchiha clan. Naruto stood up and started looking at the boy. The boy himself was pushed by a girl on the left with 2 marks on her cheeks. The boy began to mumble. The shinobi god stood in front of him. Say the name, kid, said Naruto. Obito. Uchiha, Naruto-sama, said Obito. Who told you about me? Naruto asked. My great-grandfather participated with you in the war when you fought for 7 days and 7 nights, so my mother told me to death, said sad Obito. So you have a Sharingan, tell me the name of your grandfather, said Naruto. Rei Uchiha, you probably didn't know him, said Obito. Rei, right, this guy with an interesting birthmark in the form of a bird, he was a friend of my wife. I also saw him go out 3 times in the war, Naruto said. Everyone was in shock. The boy has a Sharingan, so even his grandfather knew the shinobi god himself. Okay, I've decided, I'll take Obito Uchiha as an apprentice, this is my final decision, Naruto said. But, Naruto-sama, he is one of the bad students by all criteria, the teacher protested. He wanted Kakashi and not Obito to be trained by the god shinobi himself. I said, this is my final decision. Someone may not fulfill your illusory clones, and this is not his problem. Everyone has their own types of ninja art. A person may be strong in ninjutsu, but in ireninjutsu or genjutsu is weak. Even if Uchiha, he may not be good at genjutsu. There is no need, it's scary, so don't make me angry. Every decent shinobi should see the inner potential. There is one in Obito, and even more so. I have a duty to train his grandfather, as not as a friend of my wife, Naruto said irritably. Well, Naruto-sama, if you decide, you can take him away, said Hiruzen. Naruto put his hand on Obito's shoulder and they disappeared in a black flash. Hiruzen and Minato Namikaze, who knew this technique, stood in shock. They appeared at Naruto's house. Dear, I'm at home and we also have a young guest, said Naruto taking off his shoes. Obito also took off his shoes. Okay, come into the kitchen, but first your hands. Madara said come on, I'll show you where the restroom is and where you can wash your hands. Naruto said they went to the second floor where they washed their hands and went to the kitchen. Madara was sitting there waiting for the guys. There were also 3 plates of potatoes and meat on the table. Also bread and apple juice. Sit down in an empty seat, Naruto said and sat down in his seat, and Obito followed his example. Well, let's get acquainted, you already know my name, I'll train you, maybe also Madara, I love my wife and silence, I don't like rapists, traitors and noise, a dream and a goal came true, a hobby to sharpen weapons and read, Naruto said cutting meat well, my name is Madara Uchiha. I love my husband and flowers, I don't like traitors, my dream and goal is to raise a child properly, but then, my hobby is cooking, Madara said well, my name is Obito Uchiha, I love one girl and ramen, I don't like a little of this, my dream and goal is to become a Hokage, there is no hobby, said Obito. Well, now we'll eat and go train, you have a month to become the strongest of the class, it takes a month, then I'll train you too, Naruto said and who is your great-grandfather? You just look like a friend of mine, Madara said well, his name is Rei Uchiha, like Naruto-sama, he said he was your friend, said Obito. Oh, Rei, I remember he had an interesting spot in the form of a bird, Madara said okay, Obito, in private or in front of Madara, just call him sensei, but in front of the others as it should be, Naruto said okay, sensei, Obito said I've already made up your workouts, so let's eat and go, darling, are you with us? Naruto asked yes, I'm with you, said Madara. Obito, you have potential, said Madara your teacher is not a worthy shinobi, so he does not see him at you, Naruto explained hi, sensei, Obito said they started eating and talking. Madara and Naruto found out that Obito's parents died from what he has a Sharingan with one Tomo. Naruto was a little sorry for the guy, but Madara was very sorry for him, she hugged him gently and like a mother, Obito, do you want to move in with us? Madara asked, looking at her husband I don't mind, it's easier to train you, Naruto said he don't mind, but what to do with my house? Obito asked I can give you a standard amount for it, like other Uchiha who are buying a new house, but you can leave it for the future when you grow up and find a wife, Naruto said I'll probably choose the second option, Obito said the right decision, then now let's go get your things, there are many rooms in the house, so we'll find where you'll sleep, said Naruto after eating, they went to Obito's house. After passing, they sealed all the things. Later, Naruto put up 2 barriers, look there are 2 barriers, one security, he will only let you and me through, but you can also draw the kanji, pass, on a person with your chakra and he can also temporarily enter, but you can also make an eternal one, the second is so that there is no dust, Naruto said okay, Obito said they went to Naruto's house where Obito was shown his room and when he laid out his things, he was shown the whole house and the landfill. They were in the living room, well, that's it, I've shown you everything, Naruto said Obito, you can call me mom, Madara said, glowing okay, mom, Obito said not habitually well, if that's the case, then my father or dad, said Naruto, smiling stupidly okay, father, Obito said let's go to the training ground, said Naruto they went to the landfill, where there was stone and water. Also targets and dummies, and so, these 3 days we will improve chakra control, learn to walk on flat surfaces and water, then we will teach you the fire technique and other jutsu, as well as then kenjutsu, taijutsu, shurikenjutsu and bukenjutsu, then Sharingan, and in the last days we will conduct a test, you will need to live in the forest for 5 days, after all. The exam will be who will be the last to come out of the forest, said Naruto okay, Obito said great, start jogging around the polygon of 10 laps, and don't complain, and take off these glasses, they don't fit you, then we'll go to the store and buy you comfortable and beautiful clothes, said Naruto hi, Obito said and took off his glasses. He started jogging. After about 30 minutes, he finished but had a little shortness of breath. Okay, now do the press, push, ups, squats 30 times and 20 pull-ups, said Naruto hi, said Obito. An hour later he finished and was breathing heavily, well done, now have a rest and let's start learning to walk on flat surfaces, said Naruto. After 30 minutes, Obito got up without shortness of breath. Great, do you know how to pour the chakra into a certain limb? A positive nod is good. Your task is to pour the chakra into the legs and find the middle. If a lot of small craters appear on the stone, if a little then you will fall. Advice, find the golden mean, said Naruto. Hi, said Obito. Naruto created 2 sunbeds and lay down. Madara lay down next to her and began to look at Obito. Until the evening, he was able to walk calmly on the stones, and the stone itself was 10 meters. Well done, Obito. Not everyone can learn to walk in half a day, but it's lucky that you have chakras like Jonin. I had like Biju and I spent the whole day for this. Naruto said. Thank you, Obito said with a blush. Well, stop embarrassing the boy, let's go eat and sleep, we'll continue tomorrow, said Madara. They went to the kitchen where they ate Madara's strep. The guys thanked them and went to their rooms. And yes, Obito, get up early at 6 o'clock in the morning, said Naruto and went into the bedroom in the morning. Naruto woke up at 5. He replaced himself with a pillow again and went to the kitchen. There he made a tomato salad, putting 3 portions on the table, and went to Obito's room. He was dozing and muttering about ramen. Naruto came up and pushed the boy. Get up, son, Naruto said softly so as not to wake Madara, but Obito didn't react. Well, the carrot didn't help, then the whip, said Naruto. He folded the seals with one hand. Suiton, a mini water ball, said Naruto. Water fell on Obito. Obito started up and was about to scream when his mouth was covered with a hand. Hush, inhale, exhale, I tried to calmly wake you up, but you didn't wake up. Don't scream, Madara is sleeping, and it's better not to wake her up, Naruto said and took his hand away. Okay, father, Obito said. Go wash up and go to the kitchen later, breakfast is ready, son, Naruto said calmly. Obito went to the washroom. Naruto abruptly folded the seals. Kato, mini fireball, said Naruto. He blew out the fire and the whole bed became dry. Naruto, as a caring father, made the bed and went down where he also ate. When both had eaten and washed the dishes, they went to the landfill. Okay, do yesterday's exercises and disperse the chakra after that through the channels for an hour and repeat walking on the stone, then we'll start with water, said Naruto. He did everything in 2 hours. Obito stood in front of Naruto, already rested. Great, now strip down to the bucks, Naruto said. What for? Obito asked. Well, do you want to train in wet clothes? Naruto asked, raising an eyebrow. No, father, Obito said and began to undress. Well, walking on water is like walking on stones, only you need to evenly distribute the chakra in your legs. It's also better to increase control. It's on the water to do push-ups or some other exercises, so start, and don't relax, it's harder than stones, said Naruto. Okay, Obito said. In 4 hours he was able to walk normally and even do push-ups on the water. Great, I'll read you the theory and at this time you have to do push-ups on the water. I decided that in the forest you will be without a chakra, so that you awaken your instincts and learn to survive without a chakra, said Naruto. Well, of course, but is it when a person has little chakra, he can't move normally? Obito asked. True, but the forest will be under the barriers. One barrier will not let anyone into the forest, the second so that no one can see or hear, the third is the suppression of the chakra, but the suppression of the chakra on the second day. Can you increase the tomo in the Sharingan, said Naruto. And so for 3 days they improved chakra control and taught theory with physical exercises. Obito had good chakra control for Jonin. Okay, son, you studied control for 3 days and now you can switch to jutsu. First, do you know the techniques of henge and substitution? Nod. Okay, I'll teach you the techniques of shadow cloning. Tobirama invented it for everyone, but I could already do it at the age of 12. So I'm the real creator, and so, you need to fold the cross seal and distribute the chakra throughout the body, Naruto said and folded the same seal. Shadow cloning technique, said Naruto. A clone appeared next to him. And so, the disadvantages of the technique are, chakras, fatigue transmission, and you need good physical training and chakras like Jonin's pros of the technique, transfer of experience, that is, if a clone sees a flower and dispels, he will give you all his knowledge, but because of this you can faint from a lot of information. They are material, that is, you can spar with them and train the technique with them, and you will learn 3 times better. Start, Naruto said. Shadow cloning technique, Obito said, folding the seal. 4 clones appeared. Well, send 2 to rest, the other 2 and you start looking at my hands, I'll show you jutsu, said Naruto. He began to slowly fold the seals. Kato, a fireball, said Naruto, and blew fire in the shape of a ball 3 by 3 meters. Father, I can create the same ball, Obito said. Well, show me, said Naruto. Obito folded the seals. Kato, the fireball, said Obito. He blew out the same ball. Well done, said Naruto. So they studied all sorts of jutsu for 5 days. Obito had only fire. Also, Obito learned Rasengan in 3 days. Well done, we studied jutsu for 5 days, now he will teach you to fight with weapons or fists, choose a katana or chains. Naruto asked. Give me the chains, they're more interesting than a katana. Obito said. Okay, here's a chain, it's made of steel that can conduct the chakra and also the fire chakra. When struck with the fire chakra, small explosions occur. The same chain will be able to break Bijadama Biju, said Naruto. Where did this chain come from? Obito asked him. I'll tell you, I have Rinnegan and all 5 elements. Because of him, I learned to combine the elements and get genomes, so I combined the 2 elements and awakened the genome of steel. I created these chains from the most powerful iron with the help of the genome. Now you will learn strong styles of chains and taijutsu, or yourself think of it. Naruto asked. I think I'll come up with strong ones first, then my own, Obito said. They started training. So the whole month passed. Also on the ability test, Obito awakened 2 Tomo. Madara, of course, as a mother, then gave Naruto a slap on the head for this, and he apologized to Obito. Obito also became at the level of a strong jonin, lack of combat experience. He also learned the style of kenjutsu and taijutsu and began to invent his own kunai and shuriken throws like Madara, that is, at the level of Kage and above. Knows a lot of fire techniques and ideally Sharingan with 2 Tomo. Obito also knows the standard Fuin, the barrier from sound and view, the storage seal. Naruto was sitting in the office and sorting out documents. Madara was cooking. There are 3 days left before the event. But Obito breaks into the house. At the entrance, he took off his shoes and ran into the kitchen. Mom, hi, where's Dad? I asked about my office, and what happened? Madara asked. There's nothing special, I need to talk to him. Obito said. Well, just call him for lunch in 30 minutes. Madara said. Okay, Mom, Obito said. Obito went to the office and knocked. He was allowed to enter. He entered and saw Naruto stamp the document. Hi, Dad, Obito said. Hi, son, did you want something? Naruto asked. Yes, we forgot to buy me new clothes, Obito said, smiling stupidly. Silence fell. There was shock in Naruto's eyes. But later he laughed. That's right, I promised, I'm sorry, let's go and take Mom today, she will choose you a beautiful one, and I will combine these clothes with combat, and it will be beautiful and comfortable, and of course the fabric is needed. Naruto said. Okay, thanks, Dad, and yes, Mom called us for lunch in 30 minutes. Obito said. Okay, I'll be there soon, said Naruto. Obito went down to the kitchen and sat down. Madara put miso soup on the table, 3 plates, and a minute later Naruto came. They started eating. Madara, we forgot to buy clothes for Obito, will you come with us? Naruto asked. Of course, and yes, I have important news for you, Madara said. And what is it, Mom? Obito asked. I'm pregnant, Madara said. Naruto choked, as did Obito. Obito was even glad. But it's great, I'll have a motto, it's cool, Obito said. That's great, but who and what will we call it? Naruto asked. Boy, said the girl. I think a good name will be Shursui, said Naruto. I agree, the name and the surname are well combined. Uchiha Shursui, said Obito. Well, it's good, Shursui Uchiha lives in my tummy, Madara said with a smile. They ate and went shopping. They bought a black traditional Uchiha clan kimono and a combat uniform. A black jacket made of good fabric. The crest of the clan is on the back. Black t-shirt, black cargo pants with a chain on the pocket. High shinobi sandals in black. Madara also bought dresses. Beautifully dressed, said Madara. They went home. Madara couldn't move much and she needed to rest. It is also necessary to put clothes in the same way. While Obito and Madara were talking, Naruto went to the Uchiha dungeons where there was a stone with a prophecy from Rikudo. When Naruto read it, he did not understand the meaning. What's the point? But I don't know, Naruto said and started to leave. Well, hello, descendant of Indra, said the voice. Naruto turned around and saw a black muck. Who are you? Naruto asked. My name is Kurizetsu, he said. The clone grabbed the moment and the three disappeared into the funnel. They appeared in space and cloned together with Zetsu into the abyss. What are you doing? Zetsu asked. Grandpa Indra told me not to trust you, so it's better to kill you, said the clone. Ha ha ha, I am immortal, said Zetsu. Are you sure? The clone asked. Yes, said Zetsu. The clone started collecting senjutsu. And the clone began to turn into stone, just like Zetsu himself. What are you doing? Zetsu asked. We will both turn into stone, and you will not run away. As both of us turned into stone, we will appear at the original and he will break our statues, said the clone. Both became stones and Naruto split them. As a result, Zetsu died forever. Here Naruto plunged into his subconscious. Shinigami flew there. You're good, Naruto, ask for what you want, said Shinigami. Make protection for my son inside Madara, Naruto said right away. Well, he will be protected by fire. No one or nothing will be able to harm him, as well as the seals on his eyes. I will also put this shield on your wife, but temporarily the shield will fall off when the baby is 5 years old, said Shinigami. Thank you, Shinigami-sama, said Naruto. This is thanks to you, the world will finally be, said Shinigami. Naruto appeared in his office. He went downstairs and saw Madara sleeping, and Obito sitting in his room and reading. Naruto picked up the girl in his arms and carried her into the room. Putting her in bed, he undressed her and changed into a nightgown. He covered her with a blanket and kissed her on the forehead. Thank you, Naruto whispered. The girl made a cute face and hugged the pillow. Naruto walked into Obito's room. He became cold and calm. He was trained to keep emotions. Son, I suggest you and me and Mom take a walk tomorrow. Mom needs to get some fresh air for the baby. Will you go? Naruto asked. Yes, father. Obito said. Good night, Naruto said and closed the door. Naruto went into the bedroom. He had already chosen doctors for childbirth. He lay down next to Madara and hugged her stomach. The next morning Naruto woke up at 5 and replaced himself with a pillow again. I went to wash my face and went to the kitchen. There he cooked scrambled eggs with bacon, 3 servings. After about 30 minutes, Obito walked into the kitchen. Hi, Dad, Obito said. Hello, son, sit down to eat. When Mom wakes up and it's about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, she will eat and get dressed and let's go for a walk, said Naruto. Okay, Obito said. You better practice and I'll sort out some papers in the office for now, Naruto said. Obito is officially the son of Naruto and Madara. When Madara woke up and ate, the idea was explained to her. She naturally agreed. Our Uchi family was walking through the streets, in the park. We also bought ice cream. But now they sat down under a tree on a bench. Oh, what a beautiful nature, said Madara. Yes, I wonder how it is in other countries. Obito Sadie will say one thing, nature is the best in Konoha. There is water here, when there is sand in the sun, fog in Kiri, stone in Willow, and clouds and mountains in Kumo, said Naruto. Naruto and Madara moved away. But then Kakashi came out into the clearing. Oh, this is our Obito. If you changed your clothes and practiced, do you think that you have become strong? Kakashi asked. For your age, yes, why did you come? The boy asked. Yes, I was passing by, a weakling, said Kakashi. Come on, I'm a weakling, but what about you, Hatake? Naruto-sama chose me when the teacher tried to push you into him, Obito said calmly. Yes, he sees that you are a weakling and believes that you can also make a shinobi out of this, Kakashi said. Yuri either blind or a fool, although what was expected from the daughter of White Fan Konoha, said Obito, specifically angering Ares. I love you, roared Kakashi. She ran to Obito. He got up and started looking at her. She began to deliver sharp and fast blows that not every Chunin will be able to parry. But Obito calmly parried without Sharingan. He was fast because he was wearing weights. But when Obito parried the blow again, he sat down and tripped. She didn't expect and fell. The guy hovered over her and imagined kunai at her throat, but accidentally cut the mask and a breeze blew. Behind the mask was a beauty with aristocratic facial features, and there was also a mole under the lip. Obito was in shock. To be honest, Obito was in love with Kakashi, but now when he saw her face, he was sitting in shock. Kakashi blushed and hit Obito in the torso. The guy parried but jumped back. Kakashi put on a new mask again. Well, that's it, Obito, you began to shake me, said Kakashi. She folded 3 seals and lightning began to sparkle in her hands. Chidori, Kakashi said. Then a blue ball appeared in Obito's hand. Rasengan, said Obito. They ran at each other, and when there were 5 centimeters left before the collision, but Naruto appeared and transferred the blows to the floor. He Rasengana was a crater 3 by 3 meters, and from Chidori 2 by 2. Kakashi gritted her teeth but did not understand how he knew Rasengan Minato. And now tell me what happened, Naruto said sternly. I am sorry, the children said, but then Madara came out of the forest. She went to Obito and saw a cut on her palm where Rasengan was. She bandaged the wound with bandages. Thanks, Mom, Obito said. Not for anything, Madara said. Kakashi didn't know that Naruto and Madara had adopted a child, but when she heard that, she looked at Naruto. From where do you know Chidori? Naruto asked. I came up with it myself, said Kakashi. Actually, I came up with it in my 8 years, and Rasengan at 12 years old, and it was during the clan wars, so this is my technique. Like shadow clones and Hiraition, I also came up with them, but I didn't spread them. Madara and Izuna knew how to use my techniques, Naruto said. I'm sorry, Kakashi said. Okay, Obito, dear, let's go home, you need to rest, Naruto said. They went into the house. Now Naruto and Obito were standing by the forest. Other children were also standing there. Madara was at home so as not to worry, and so, everyone who has studied with senior shinobi, come to the entrance, said Hiruza. Naruto put his hand on Obito's shoulder. Good luck to you, Naruto said with a barely noticeable smile. Thank you, Obito said. And so who will be the last in the forest and win? The event will last 7 days, the forest will also narrow. Who leaves the barrier zone lost and appears here? He looks like a blue wall, said Hiruzen. POV Obito, are you ready? Some Jonin asked us. Everyone agreed, but I nodded patiently. Let's get started. That Jonin shouted. The gate opened and we ran in. I started making traps as my father taught me. By creating traps, I made myself a base under the barriers. I'll see the barrier and be able to leave. So I sat for 5 days. I caught a lot of opponents and threw them into the barrier. But then 3 people surrounded me. What do you want? Obito asked. Surrender, Obito, said that opponent. They made me angry and I quickly folded the seals. Kato, the great fireball, Isadi blew out fire in the form of a ball 15 by 15 meters, but I poured in 3 times less chakras so as not to kill. Those fell with moderate burns. I threw them into the barrier. Later on the last day, we stood as a trio. Me, Kakashi and someone else. We started the fight in taijutsu. I quietly surpassed them. But that third one was already intending to kill Kakashi in the back as I unknowingly pulled out the chain and punched that one's arm. But it turned out I held the fire chakra and an explosion occurred. Kakashi flew into the barrier, which meant she failed. He died and I flew off a meter. I killed a man, I'm a monster, I can't be the son of Naruto-san and Madara-san. Then I appear at the finish line and my father is given a poster where there was a check for the same amount. I started looking at my hands. Everyone noticed it. Kakashi was unconscious. My father apparently realized what had happened and sealed my prize and came up to me and hugged me, and POV Obito, what are you? Naruto asked father, I killed him, I didn't want to, he intended to kill Kakashi in the back and I didn't consciously use the chain and killed him, I'm sorry, I'm not worthy to be called your son, said Obito, in whose eyes a Sharingan with 3 tomos burned. Hush, hush, you will always be my son, I also killed at your age. This will help you in the future, the war is coming soon, you have already felt the taste of murder, feeling it will not be bad for you, you will be able to better protect the team and the village, Madara and I will not blame you, we'd better go home, you need to calm down, Naruto said, and they disappeared in a sleep. They appeared at home where Obito immediately went to bed, and Naruto told Madara, later they had a son, Sasuke. There was also a World War III shinobi. There Minato was given the nickname, Konoha's Yellow Lightning. Obito awoke Manjiko there after seeing Rin's death. Then he learned Kamui's ability and began to learn from Naruto. He expanded the chakra canals in his eyes and he is not blind. During the war, he was given the nickname, the Unbearable Obito. Sasuke had the character of his mother in the clan and his father in public, as well as the ability of Manjiko was Koto Amatsuki. Naruto swapped eyes with him and both received another ability. Those of course started training. Minato became the 4th Hokage. The next one will be Obito, he also started dating Kakashi. The Entatsu was with you.